So I'm just about to head to bed, but I realized that I haven't posted on my story all day long. It's been one of those days. Let me just tell you, it's really been one of those weeks. This week has been super, super stressful for me. Nothing bad has happened, and it really just comes down to my kids. Like, I have one child, I'm not going to say who is it. Well, I'll tell you who one of them is, but like one of my kids has been struggling in school, which is something we've never had to deal with. And he's just starting to struggle and starting to fall behind. And like I said, this is something we never had to deal with. So it's just making me feel like a little anxious, like what we could be doing, or are we doing everything we can to help him? And then the other problem child, I'll give you one guess who the real headache has been this week. It's Lucas, my 3-year-old. Holy cow, he has been so rotten. Like, so rotten. I don't know what's always been like difficult in the sense that he's always been mischievous and kind of into everything and demanded a lot of attention. But this week he has been downright terrible. Like, I don't want to say that he's bad. I hate to say kids are bad, but like, holy cow. It really all came to a head today when we were at, we had to run into Target because Eli, my 14-year-old, is going to a birthday party and we needed to get a gift. So we had to run into Target, and while I was there, I needed to get like wrapping paper and a few other things. It was Target, you know. And Lucas, the 3-year-old problem child, he had the worst meltdown any of my kids have ever had in public. Ever. He was like screaming, trying to like hit me. He was like throwing his shoes down the aisle. It was insane. So initially we were kind of in the back corner of the store. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit here until you're done. We're not leaving. We're not doing anything. You need to stop. Well, it became pretty apparent he was not going to stop. I just like darted to the self-checkout line and checked out with this kid. I mean, when I say he was screaming, I mean, absolutely. Like, people were looking to make sure he was okay. He was like purple. He was screaming because I wouldn't get him a chapter book. Anyways, it's just been a hard week. And I think like with being home most of the time, it makes things even harder just because you don't have like a break from it. Like, we don't really have any friends or family that can watch the kids. And so when I'm home, when I'm not working, like I only work 2 days a week. So 5 days a week when I am like caring for my kids, there's just no break. Like, there's no break. I always tease people that like I go to work to get a break. And when I used to work 5 days a week, I used to think like how easy people who stayed at home with their kids must have it. It would just be like so easy. I was wrong. So I think anyways, the moral of the story is that no matter what kind of mom you are, it's hard. So anyways, that's enough of my like rant. I really try really hard to be positive, funny, uplifting, helpful in my stories. I'm sorry to like go on this like Debbie Downer rant, but that's what's going on in my life right now. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to talk to you guys some more while I take off my makeup. But anyways, the one thing I forgot to say is that in the middle of that meltdown that he had at Target, this sweet lady came up to me and she was like, we've all been there and you're doing just fine. And I don't remember what else she said because I was like trying to get the heck out of there. But it just felt so good to have somebody like be supportive. Like, I don't know. I could like feel people's eyes like burning a hole in me and like judging me. Like, was I being mean to him? Was I being too nice to him? Like, you know how it is. So anyways, if you ever see somebody with a kid having a meltdown, say something nice to them because they really